yeah, don't forget to talk about the slop games next.
Oh,
game or
you're right.
something.
No, I am. So there's two videos you have to watch. Okay, you're right. I'm not. They both 8 minutes. They're both very short, so it's cool. All right, for sure.
Alrighty.
That'll be your reminder. Look at X. All right, bro. I'm gonna hit you later. Are you playing friendslop?
Friendslop has become the catch-all term to describe games designed with certain multiplayer elements in mind.
This is weird to me because I just, we can't keep calling everything slop because there's a lot of it. Like, we're on the internet now, there's a lot of everything. Like, it's just...
You know, the slew of games that capture the attention of the internet and digital culture because of the entertainment that stems from streamers getting a hold of them and creating wacky, funny moments.
Someone said, I'm gonna start calling this slop. Adding of slop to words. Because everyone just calling anything something with slop.
And again, I love.
Friendslop does not exist.
I love.
You've got recent examples like Arc Raiders, Peak, Repo, Lethal Company, and then of course the one that dominated the early 2020s,
really last
Among
year,
Us.
2024.
It all seems to have begun thanks to the COVID pandemic, which
After, like,
locked a lot of people inside with no way
Lethal
to
Company,
undertake
Repo.
regular social activities like going out for coffee or meeting
Lethal
at
Company might
school.
have been
So
in
video games
2023,
began to
but
step in,
being
and
in
the ones in
2024
which the
too.
most social aspects were promoted were the ones that became the most popular. Whilst these games have been adopted on a wide scale, there are some who believe they are only fun because of the fact that they are enhanced by the people playing them, not necessarily because they hold up on their own. The criticism is that they're deliberately produced to exist only as something that a streamer might play with their friends to farm funny clips and moments, instead of marketed toward actual people just wanting to have fun.
Don't know.
This used to be called streamer bait, however, as language has changed,
Stream
so too
daddy.
does its parameters. As such, we have the title of friendslop labeling these games in a derogatory manner. I guess the funny thing is, as many have pointed out, that friendslop
Propaganda I'm not falling for. Adding slop to words to label something you don't like. Friendslop. Nigga, you fun multiplayer games.
games used to just be called multiplayer games. For example,
Yes.
when Halo 3 came out in
But, Rod,
2007,
never ever call
it was
Halo
played in
friendslop.
bedrooms and living rooms and fondly remembered for its split-screen shenanigans, as were other games
That
of
would be
that
like
era.
called.
However,
that would be like
despite its
calling party
multiplayer element
games
often over
friendslop. But no, instead, to disrespect them, most folks just called them Mario Party clones, which I still didn't agree with. Shut the heck up! Don't you ever call User Frenzy a Mario Party clone? Don't you ever call Fat Princess just a Mario Party clone? Like some joke like that. Like,
but taking its
bro,
campaign aspect in terms
they're
of
just
enjoyment
fun
and
party
popularity,
games. They're a party
becoming one of the
game.
most played games of the 360 era, its multiplayer was considered a benefit rather than designed solely as a cash grab. Fast forward to 2025, and the cooperative multiplayer focus is a criticism of these friendslop games,
Okay.
which seem to put a single-player experience
Your
to
friend
the
tries to make you buy
wayside.
another game.
After
Not
all,
here.
some of them, like Among Us, have made millions of dollars. However, the majority of these games all seem to be indie or AA productions at most, which is also why they have more stylized and less photorealistic graphics compared to giants like Call of Duty or Battlefield, which usually avoid the friendslop title. As such, let's take a look at friendslop and how it manifested into a description of the modern-day gaming landscape. The idea of friendslop seems to
Making
thrive in an
POV, your
economy
friend
where
tries to
buying
make
just
you
one
buy
more
another
thing is
game.
equated to happiness.
Dude, it's only $8. It's the
Price of a McDonald's burger
dude. Tonight, 4-player co-op. We all just try and eat a giant hot dog.
for 6 hours straight.
You know how you'll have that one friend who will insist that buying that one game to play together will
okay. Now, is he wrong? There is a person that would be like this in every friend group, for sure. Is this a problem? Is the question though. Because, okay, there's a side where I'm like, all right, you might, yeah, it might be cheap. You might actually only play this game one time with your homies. So what? I can see that being a problem if this junk was on some $20, $30, $40 game or something. But if you are dropping $5 to $10 on a game, bro, when I go out to eat with homies, I'm dropping $5 to $10 for what? To eat for one night? I'm not about to trip on that. It's like the same thing. So even if you do play it one time, cool, or whatever. But this is a game you can get back on with them. So then it becomes the thing to me, is this an issue with the games or is this actually an issue with us? If we only hop on it one time, is that sometimes it might be the game fault. Maybe the game just trash. But there's other times where it's like, y'all just never got back on it. Y'all never put something together to get back on it, which y'all moved on. So it's a people thing. You feel what I'm saying? He said, I got hope. I have to change the title of this stream. I know we all got still hope for Half-Life 3, bro. I know, man. But don't worry. Keep the hopium up. Keep the hopium up. Don't worry, McFarlane.
Will be the most fun thing in the world, except you pick it up maybe once and never touch it again. Friendslop games are criticized for being just that, ultimately existing as one more thing to consume without any thought. It's worth noting that games can be created specifically to make money without any regard for quality, and this genre does have other names, such as shovelware and asset flips. Shovelware refers to crappy games that are bundled together in order to promote the idea that because there are so many in one purchase, they must be worth the cost. Asset flips refer to games that are made without a shred of originality, as the developers simply bought from an asset store and slapped them together without actually changing anything. These genres aren't the same as friendslop, but they absolutely receive similar criticism, as they...
Whoa! What's it like when a new $10 co-op game releases? Overcooked 2
aren't the same as friendslop,
Gang Beast, all of these are fun.
But they absolutely receive similar criticism.
You will not put Grounded in a friendslop category without getting slapped. I promise you. Don't. Far too polished, far too well made. Don't. Way too much care put into that game to describe it as anything with slop. That actually just frustrated who made this TikTok? Corbana?
And this Four Nations face-off matchup is underway. Same 5 songs play on the radio station. The same 5 songs. The same 5 songs. The radio station, they play the same 5 songs. The same 5 songs. The same 5 songs. The radio station, they play the same fucking songs. Same 5 songs play on the radio station. The same 5 songs. The same 5 songs. The radio station, they play the same 5 songs. The same 5 songs. The same 5 songs. The radio station, they play the same.
We're good. Might get copyrighted for that bull crap too. That just pissed me off.
As they too are criticized for being low effort and designed purely to generate cash. Friendslop games, however, still seem to generate actual enjoyment, so perhaps they don't particularly deserve those labels. Some actually have just accepted the title of Friendslop and seem keen to go with it, even asking for suggestions of the types of games.
Frustrated me. That actually frustrated me.
Is designed purely for a large group of people to jump in and enjoy. This is probably the healthiest attitude, which begs the question of whether friendslop might become a genre on the Steam.
And even he didn't put friendslop in the title, but you had a $10. Grounded was never $10, like never, and it was never worth $10. It's always worth more than that. I don't know why and I'm playing that game at the earliest state. Like what?
Storefront. Plus, it's gotten to the point that almost anything can have the word slop super. This is probably...
Bro, it ain't even about like it being my game. It's just the fact that Grounded is a good game and has far more level polish to it than any of these. Like on some real junk. I think that way. Of course, I'd probably take it less personally if I didn't really like the game. But like I would think that way if I didn't even play the game as much. Like if I didn't play the game, it's just like, look at Grounded. If you've seen Grounded, you'd understand how are you putting... I almost feel that same way with Overcooked. Are we putting Overcooked on a Lethal Company and Repo level? Not that Lethal Company and Repo are bad, but KL. There's certain games with a level of quality or polish to it that you gotta understand, bruh.
The healthiest attitude, which begs the question of whether friendslop might become a genre on the Steam storefront. Plus, it's gotten to the point that almost anything can have the word slop superficially glued to it to make it seem...
This is just quality slop? You only like it because it's good?
Bad.
You said what? Right? That literally doesn't even make sense. Quality slop? Doesn't slop imply not like a lack of quality? Oh my goodness.
Like the idea of quality slop being liked only because it's genuinely good and not because of any other redeeming feature. This leads us to the idea that perhaps the concept of friendslop may be something of an inaccurate social construct, as it turns out that people just genuinely like playing games with their friends. It's no secret that the multiplayer gaming industry is huge, worth billions and billions of dollars. Multiplayer games allow people. Industry is huge.
Guys, drop your top 5 best multiplayer games you played over the years. Top fives, real quick. I could do 3 off the top of my head easily. And I truly think that there's just such a peak multiplayer era and level. But you got Halo Reach, Gears of War 3, Black Ops 1, Red Dead Redemption, Crysis 2, or GTA 5. Like that's off top of the head. I didn't want to put 2 Rockstar games in there. If Red Dead's in there, GTA 5's not in there. If GTA 5's in there, Red Dead's not in there.
Worth billions and billions of dollars. Multiplayer games allow people to connect in ways they wouldn't normally be able to.
Xenoverse.
From early arcade machines like Street Fighter to complex MMOs.
We need the word slop to disappear. We really do. Factual link. You really putting Red Dead up there? It was a lot of fun online. Xenoverse 1 and 2. I honestly just say both. When we talk about Xenoverse, you know how I always be saying it, right? It's just one game in my head. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but either or, genuinely, because 1 I had a lot of fun online with 2. Was it annoying as crap? But bro, I'm not gonna hold you. Arguably, personally, I had funnier moments on. Like much funnier moments on Xenoverse 1 than 2 because of the ridiculousness. Like, when I tell you, folks clutching up a game by going Super Saiyan and spamming Electric Strike. Or no, what was it called? That move was so cool. It had such aura and everything. Hold on. What was it called? Dang, why am I blanking on the name of the move, bro? Was Crysis multiplayer good? Yeah, I can find it. Yeah, Electric Strike. I had it right. It was Super Electric Strike. The joke would be so absolute funny.
Multiplayer games allow people to
Xenoverse 1 or 2
connect in ways they wouldn't normally be able to. From early arcade machines like Street Fighter to complex MMOs.
Crysis multiplayer was a whole lot of fun. 2 especially. I imagine 3's was even better than 2, but never really got to play 3's online at all. So, but 2 multiplayer, amazing. And I wanted nothing but to play 3's multiplayer. I watched it all the time because the bow, which was not into that I can remember, then
multiplayer gaming can afford a social experience in which a common goal is achieved.
Right, Warframe would be considered friendslop if it came out today.
Fortunately, some publishers have noticed the fact that certain psychological aspects of multiplayer games can be exploited for monetary profit.
For sure.
Freemium games are what's now, and it's all just a lot of harmless fun.
These manifest as the microtransaction, a concept that I'm sure you're aware of.
$2 horse armor. We talked about that before, right? Oh, man.
Before watching this video.
Anthem really shut down. Never got into it. And to be honest, I don't think I ever was planning on it then at that point, you know?
As microtransactions are how AAA studios seem to make their money. It's the reason why a game like GTA 5, which came out over a decade ago, can still be Rockstar's most profitable property.
Estimated to be the most profitable entertainment product of all time. No shot, bro. I need to know. 10 billion in total earnings. I'm talking about online. They're not listed. Okay, so the highest earning properties of all time is Pokemon. The highest. Is GTA even in here? It should be. It is. No, it's not. Oh, it is. 10 billion. That's very low on the list. That's actually very low, but it's in the top 50, which is very high in general. I don't know.
Because of this profitability, the idea of the live service is extremely widespread among publishers and is often a priority despite not always serving the best interest.
I love looking at this list. Monster Hunter is definitely not high up there. But it's in the top 50. Oh, maybe not. It should be. It's not. I don't know. Wait. Why the frick did you think Monster Hunter was going to be in the top 50? Yeah, why the heck did you think Monster Hunter was going to be in the top 50? I thought it was, but I remember seeing Monster something. It wasn't. The Matrix is in there, barely. And the Matrix is much bigger than Monster Hunter ever was. I don't know why you thought. Monster Hunter has one movie that I know of. You said movies with an S earlier, like they had mad movies. We talked about this, Jose. Gundam sucks. It is not Transformers. Oh, sorry. I'm trolling. I'm rage rating. Hold on. Gundam is in here. I believe. 5 billion. It's like number 40 or something. Not bad. It's in the top 50. But you wanna no way Mila was in the Netflix one. But you wanna know where Transformers is at though? 25. Bro, Transformers is in the top 20 highest earning properties of all time. Top 20, bro. They do this. They do this. They new to this. They true to this, not new to this. My fault. They true to this, not new to this, bro. Call of Duty, 31 billion, is in the top 10. Nope, it's actually number 11. Hello Kitty got it beat for the 10th spot, with Hello Kitty with 33 billion. Then my dog Batman, the highest earning hero of all time. The GOAT. Batman, the GOAT. And Spider-Man, the other GOAT, at number 2, highest earning single hero of all time. And then Transformers is below both of them. Like, gee, that's actually so insane that Transformers is in the top 20 and it's like, it's in the top 15 cars. And I'm just so proud of my niggas. I'm so proud. This is the most proud I've ever been when I found out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is in the top 20 highest earning properties of all time. TMNT doesn't get enough credit or like clout, like recognition for how big it is and what it is. It's great. Love my niggas. SpongeBob up here. SpongeBob's down here. SpongeBob and Dragon Ball in a similar area. I love that. Street Fighter got Mortal Kombat beat by so much. I never expected that.
Interests of gamers. Notably, live services will encourage spending as a way to acquire in-game cosmetics or speed up activities, which seems harmless at first, but as it turns out,
Street Fighter a better game now? Yeah.
Can have
I think that was super arguable back then though. It's any time and after 2005.
devastating effects on those with addictive personalities. Concepts such as the live service and microtransactions are why there seems to be a healthy dose of cynicism toward multiplayer games in 2025, and perhaps why friendslop,
that one bro getting ready to convince me to buy a game that we'll play for 2 days and never touch again.
the live service.
But see, what's the problem with that? Is that the game's problem or you?
Which seems harmless property. Because of this profitability, the idea of the live service is extremely widespread among publishers.
That's Corey with every game. Oh my goodness.
It's often a priority despite not always serving the best interests of gamers. Notably, live services will encourage spending as a way to acquire in-game cosmetics or speed up activities, which seems harmless.
Oh bro, I'm already knowing
At first, but as it turns out can have devastating Notably, live services
you actually do, no joke.
Spending as a way to acquire in-game cosmetics or speed up activities, which seems harmless at first, but as it turns out can have devastating effects on those with addictive personalities. Concepts such as the live service and microtransactions are why there seems to be a healthy dose of cynicism toward multiplayer games in 2025, and
niggas don't be saying they try to hop back on the game because you don't hop back on the game.
That's why friendslop became a term in the first place. Meanwhile, the games that seem to sit within the parameters of friendslop are not usually within the description of live service.
Why is friendslop says like it's a bad game? These games are fun. Let's spend time having a fun night or two with my friends. Right.
And perhaps why friendslop became a term in the first place. Meanwhile, when
microtransactions I keep tapping out of what he said 'cause I'm reading kids' video games, gambling tactics to trap young players, new Consumer Reports. Yeah, that was Black Ops for me. Black Ops taught me about gambling. A lot.
These concepts such as the
relax, KL, relax.
Live service and microtransactions are why there seems to be a healthy dose of cynicism toward multiplayer games in 2025, and perhaps why friendslop became a term in the first place. Meanwhile, the games that seem to sit within the parameters of friendslop are not usually within the description of live service. However, they are still treated as a cash grab by the most vocal critics. As stated prior, the design elements of
the meta that's printing right now, friendslop, co-op chaos with proximity chat. Think, have fun with friends, dumb moments, constant clips. The genre is insane on Steam because it's built for short-form content.
The multiplayer aspect of friendslop are specifically what seem to attract the most ire, such as in-game voice chat, which can become a funny mechanic in itself, but is criticized for creating entertainment in lieu of thought-out.
Is that not just like having fun though, in general? Because like, I remember a homie convincing me to buy Castle Crashers. I didn't have no money, but he wanted me to buy Castle Crashers, but we all got the demo, and we would play that junk for whatever. I convinced folks I literally convinced like 3 kids in my school. I convinced them by them actually playing the demo, which we all played for free, and they realized Transformers War for Cybertron was so fun. We was all playing online, so then we all got the game, and 2 of them got it before me, which pissed me off, but it was what it was, and we got the game. They didn't hop back on it as much as me. I kept hopping back on it though. One of them did for sure, but I know the rest of them did not play it as much as I did, but they did hop back on it. But it's like same thing.
Gameplay mechanic.
Like, that was always happening. You had games like Castle Crashers that was $10. You had games like, DC was free. DCC was free, and Harms was free. Happy Wars, man, was free. I'm trying to think. There's another one like Castle Crashers. I guess Monaco.
For example,
and it's like folks would play that one night or two. And they paid $5 or $10 for Monaco. That was on 360.
Clips from players interacting in virtual worlds such as Repo often see millions of views, attracting the streamer bait clip farming
both Happy Wars were free.
Accusations.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Meanwhile, in some circles, there's the idea that real gamers only play hardcore single-player games or...
Oh, brother. Low-key link right here, bro. Gamer Girl Will playing COD, ONG, and such another game called Duty YOLO. There's a lot of those out there, though. I ain't gonna talk about it. Girl that plays video games and calm down. No, if I have to start over, I will. It's just a game. You shut your whore mouth. Wait, what?
Or extremely competitive esports. Everything else is for the masses and therefore bad, as if the casual games are simply slop thrown into a trough.
Yeah, you're not helping the stereotype that I just said, buddy. Calm it down.
For pigs to feast upon with no regard for taste. On that note, it's slop thrown into a...
Gamer isn't a description of someone who plays games. It's a description of someone who plays a lot or professionally. You're not a gamer just because you play Candy Crush on your phone while on the bus on the train from A to B. You're a gamer if your Steam games list has over 100 plus games. You're a gamer if you have 5,000 hours played on Overwatch, etc. Gamers are a step above casual consumers in terms of dedication to games. I agree. I actually 100% agree. This is actually a really well put together comment. But yeah, with all the Rona and curlers, where there are more gamers in the world at the moment than there are normies. I don't know what else to call non-gamers. Yeah. I think any of those, if you play professionally or play games a lot or play a bunch of games, you're a gamer. Even if a gamer just plays Call of Duty or 2K, as much as this hurts to say, even if they just play Call of Duty in 2K and have thousands of hours in those 2 games, they are a gamer. Are they a real gamer? Okay, maybe that's a different question. Maybe.
A trough for pigs to feast upon with no regard
true
for
gamers?
taste.
You know what I'm saying?
On that note, let's take a look at the word slop and explore how it has become applied to content or art that is
A slop, roll slop, sticky slop, AI slop, word slop, slop this, slop that. Everything is slop, slop, slop,
considered
slop.
low effort online.
Ball and gun niggas are gamers too, I guess.
Finally, it's essential to take a look at the word slop itself
online
and understand why it has
after attaching slop
become a suffix
to the end of another word to describe anything they've ever mildly disliked.
For anything people don't.
Internet niggas do this. Be glad, Linkus, you are not doing this. Internet niggas do this. No, bro, the ball and gun niggas gotta go.
Like, it actually started off in 4chan. However, the origins are pretty nasty, as they began with the word boy-stop, referring to basically anything mass-produced and of low quality that supposed Jews make for anyone who doesn't follow their religion.
How can you have a functional society where you're willing to feed your kids and youth goy slop? No wonder they're having depression, mental breakdowns, and violent outbursts. Goy slop?
It follows the conspiracy theory that Jewish people run the world and make it horrible for everyone else, which is historically not a good path to go down. However, what's interesting is the suffix
the word slop is where so much good media criticism.
Slop quickly became adopted across the internet in all manner of spaces, losing its less than nice origins and becoming a catch-all term for anything that has been considered low quality and numerous. For example,
it's really become a thing too for like easily output or overdone. And it's sometimes not becoming a quality thing. I think if somebody was dropping videos really high quality, but every day, somebody will still call it slop. Just because it's too much. Or call it a content farm. Or call your content slop. But like it's getting to that point where it's just about how the output is. But a lot of it is the output plus the fact that folks don't try. A lot of folks just click and record and posting
Example,
every
you've
day.
definitely heard AI slop before, and then there's Dolan Darkest's show Slop Live, which goes over internet drama, both of which are vastly different.
See, like, I don't consider his thing actual slop. He just posts every day, but it's like a minute and a half. I've seen a decent amount of his stuff. A minute and a half, 2 minutes, I understand it a little more. Is it slop at the
In tone and
if it's to the point quick, I don't. The same way as why like Moist Critical rides that thin line to me, because he doesn't get the yapping randomly and on some shit. Like, it's really be to the point and quick, and he explains
avoid the original intention
point
of the
or whatever
word
it
voice
is.
slop.
Welcome back to Slop Live.
There's a way
Today's
of going
Slop Pick
about
is an update on everybody's favorite streamer. You may have seen Nina Lynn was caught
man.
shoplifting and stealing steaks.
these
As a
videos
result,
of his
it
would
makes sense
literally
that
be 3
slop would
minutes long.
eventually be added to gaming in some
This is actually getting into the church. I hope people see the word friend farming and realize I'm effing joking. Okay.
manner, and this is where
Friend
friendslop
farming?
came to fruition. However, as stated prior, sometimes you'll find people talking about friendslop games in a manner that suggests they have embraced them, as they are games that really do fulfill a very specific niche. That niche is the need for a largest group of friends to sit down together and play something that doesn't require many hours of playtime or deep understanding to enjoy. They're usually a lot more casual and easy to pick
it's
up,
cool
yet
when you
hard
lock
to
in.
master.
In a way, Minecraft is on this list of friend slop. I'm not looking at the screen right. Okay. Oh, it's there. It's actually there. Minecraft is on that list. Hang on. Maybe it didn't say friend slop. Friend slop was.
And it works even if one or two people have experience with the mechanic.
Let's look at some of the other games here. 7 Days to Die. Terraria is down there. Don't tell me that's. I'm gonna hope that's not Terraria. Brawlhalla. Balloons. Ark Survival Evolved. Sea of Thieves. Is that Smash Bros on the weekend binge? Roblox? Back for Blood? No way you have Back for Blood on here and not Left 4 Dead then. There's no way. Trove? I don't. Liar's Bar. Funny game, hilarious. Wait, is Booty Call in Booty Call? Is that Overwatch in the 3rd second? Yeah.
and no one else
We're
has.
done.
In short, the term friendslop initially came into fruition
We're done. We're actually done. Friend farming is a word only someone who has none could come up with.
when certain people
I don't know how else to describe it, but I call this genre of game friend slop. Its sole purpose of existence is friend farming. What does that even mean?
began criticizing the popularity of the multiplayer genre regarding Lethal Company, Peak, Repo.
About what exactly? Which game?
Again,
There's a lot of problems on that list, dude. A lot.
The popularity of the multiplayer genre regarding Lethal Company, Peak, Repo, and Among Us. However, it would seem that it is slowly becoming an embraced label that gamers go out of their way to find as they wish to hang out with their friends. See you next time on Lessons in Internet.
Yeah, friend slop never needed to exist. The term does sound derogatory, and people wonder, like, why do you view it as derogatory? Let's double check on why folks look at it derogatory, bro. Slop definition, bro. Food waste, such as garbage fed to animals. That is the slop people are putting at the end of things. Waste. Garbage. Usually unnecessary. Low quality. That's what that means. So if you call a game friend slop. The word slop does not have a positive connotation. So why would you think? There's no reasoning with internet niggas. There is no reasoning with internet niggas. Gotta remember that's who's coming up with this shit. You know? Gotta step back. I almost lost it for a second there. We gotta step back. So just going off of that, you know, the B definition on Merriam, it's like, why, you know what I'm saying? Why are we realistically calling Minecraft, Overwatch, Roblox, and even something like Bloons? Like every game I'm pointing out here are good games with effort put into them. Every game that I pointed out. Like there's some in here that could be, you know, categorized as maybe they were sloppy, low-key, or cheap, whatever. None of the ones I pointed out. What are we talking about? Wizard 101? I didn't even realize. Why is Marvel Rivals on the list? Why is Rivals on the list? Helldivers 2, I just realized, is on the list. Borderlands 2 is also at the very top of the second row. This is so bad. Yeah, this is bad. This is a terrible list. What is this down here at the bottom? Is that what I think it is? Nah, G, this ain't it. I have Party Animals. I want to play that. I gotta get a groove for it though. Why is For Honor on the list? Yeah, all right, yeah. People just be saying anything. This is what I be talking about.
Else has. In short, the term friendslop initially came into fruition when certain people began criticizing the popularity of
the dev of Lethal Company actually loves the term friendslop, by the way. Still a problem. Friendslop is the ultimate I have no friends rephrasing of hanging out. Friendslop game developer here. As someone who accidentally been working on a friendslop game since long before the word was coined, I promise I didn't set out to cook slop. I just wanted to build a messy little game where my friends and I could scream at each other and paint it together. And suddenly the internet goes, oh, you're slop. Yeah. And honestly, yeah, if slop means fun with your friends, I've been proudly slopping this whole time. Okay, saying it like that just sounds kind of crazy though. But I see what he's saying. Yeah. It's really the market for socialization. It's one of the strengths of MOBAs a few years ago, and it's why some shooters are still going. The friends you make along the way is what makes them fun. I've always liked solo games with great story, but even nowadays, I could just watch that from some YouTuber, and the ones worth playing is where I get to be silly with others and be friends. That's high-key how it's been feeling a lot lately. I think that's how a lot of people have been feeling, real talk, though. A lot of these games, but I'm going to be real with you, I think a big part of that, I benefit from being a content creator, but I think a big part of that is because on the side of single-player cinematic games, some of them I think have gotten too cinematic and more cinematic than the gameplay, which some of them always were. But I think now they're so cinematic, a lot of people are just more comfortable watching someone else play it. I truly did not feel like even having to play Mafia. I could just watch it. The Mafia Old Country game. Like I didn't need to play that. And there was nothing about it that made me feel like I needed to play it. It looks good, it looks cool, but it's a story-based game. So I understand that sentiment. Unless I really want to play it and like comment on it, show it like from the story, like something like Dispatch, which is another thing. But I just actually personally really want to see this, see the story and make a video on it type thing. So it's like, I get it. That's what that person, it's good to hear someone else understands what I've been saying. Like, well, that's how I've been seeing it too. I always like solo games with great story. Like, yeah, like folks don't love playing those, but it's like some ain't even worth, you drop $60, $70 to play it once, maybe twice, you know? I didn't mean to put that sound on it, but like friendship, or how about meme slop? This collab is such a self slop. So they basically angry that other people dare to have fun with friends. Friend slop. Can we talk about the streamer awards right quick? Yes, we can actually, but right after I get this copyright right fast. And I'm not recording, so I'm getting this stream, so actually might be cooked because I couldn't record this.
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time. Good job, buddy.
Already looking pretty good. I'm already thinking this is gonna beat Superman for me. Superman was good though. What does that say? When the character's so boring, they become fascinating?
I, Cars Orel, hereby declare that 23 will be the best year yet. Let's be honest, babe, it's not a very high bar to clear.
Why is he making Shorty an alcoholic? She's too cool. She's too cool. She was at the end of Superman.
I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Proton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Do others on your planet have power?
Oh, yeah, this movie gonna be good. Why is this giving his Guardians of the Galaxy? Like, I'm knowing what he own right now. I'm knowing what he own.
It's like you.
Did I fix this the whole time?
No, it's a pretty small group of two.
What Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
Yeah, he likes doing that alien out of the universe creative stuff. That definitely does. What do you mean likes Guardians of the Galaxy 2? It was his movie. But like, yeah, it's got that style of like he's going out in the galaxy on some like, yeah, she's gonna be out there.